Hello everybody, welcome on back to baseball here on youtube.com/SeanOsaurusRex. My name is Sean, and every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time you can catch a fresh video inside MLB The Show 25. So subscribe for more, ring the bell if you'd like to be notified. As we move to Chicago, second series of our three series road trip. We had 3 in San Diego, we swept them, we're in Chicago, we should crush them. And then we'll be in Houston, which will be an interesting matchup because everybody in our division is actually well below 500. But today we have George Kirby on the mound, 7-1 with a 2.81 ERA. Drew Thorpe 2-3 with a 2.64 ERA as we get set for yet another game. Play next game. Don't do the custom game entry. Stop it. Okay, so this is where we're going to want to try and give some people some rest so we make sure we have a full lineup ready to roll for the Houston series. So we're going to get a little bit wild here. We are going to pull Raley. Actually, we could flip Raley and Shenton, and we could figure out a DH situation. Let's see. Robles in right. Canzone. It's his third best position, but we'll go ahead and do that. Don't love it. Who do we have? Rayleigh's got some speed. Let's leave Rayleigh as a DH. This lineup's going to be real slow. Ford has our catcher doing. It's really just Julio. Ugh. I think we need... I think we need to call up a... we can move the outfield around. Okay, so we're not going to have that funky of a lineup. Canzone leading off to Solano isn't, like, not great. Let's flip them. God. Do I flip... like a Bliss or a Moore into the lineup? Polanco, 60 speed, but he's good. I like having him in the lineup. Canzone's only batting 238. You know what? We'll bat Julio lead off, and we'll see if we can drive in some runs. We're going to have a bit of a slower lineup, and our outfield's really going to take a hit. Actually, Canzone's 52, Robles is 64. Okay, it's not as bad of a hit as I thought it would be. Okay, didn't mess with the lineup as much as I thought I would, but we are still playing baseball. So there you go. Thanks for joining me. Best time to subscribe is right now while we get things set and started. All right, good job, excellent. Knows how to talk and make content. Like, I haven't been doing this for 5 years, and I just go like, set and startled. You know how it is. We are first in the East. I don't know why I said that. We're also first in the West. Idiot me. George Kirby's been dominant on the mound as of late. Raleigh and Polanco and Raley all hitting very well over the last 15 to 21 games. Drew Thorpe has been dominant on the mound as of late. Our last 12 games, we've averaged 6 runs. 6.2 runs a game, 290 average, 19 home runs. Our starting pitchings look good, 149 innings, 1.39 ERA, 185 strikeouts over the last 24. And the bullpens look good for the last couple of weeks, 36.2 innings pitched with a 4.49 ERA, 41 strikeouts. The White Sox have averaged 6.8 runs a game over the last 4, 269 average, 7 home runs, and we're looking to extend our 23-game winning streak. White Sox actually coming off a win in extra innings over the Cubs. Twins win in extras over the Brewers. Diamondbacks win in extras over the Rockies. Kyle Bradish K's 10 allows 0 runs in a win versus the Nationals. Garrett Cole hurls complete game shutout versus the Mets. Gleyber Torres breaks out of a 3-for-34 slump with a 4-hit performance. Oh my goodness. Versus the Blue Jays, Emmanuel Clase increases AL leading save total to 21. Pablo Lopez strikes out 10 and allows 1 run in win versus Brewers. Did we not? Oh, extra innings. Gotcha. Jacob Stallings breaks out of a 2-for-22 slump with a 2-hit performance versus the Diamondbacks. Roki Sasaki increases NL leading strikeout total to 62. Babytown Frolics. And then we have a couple of central leaders in the Guardians and the Brewers. There you go. Brief look at the farm report.
First pitch coming your way next.
All right. Mariners, White Sox getting it ready to go here in Chicago.
About to get started here.
Game 46.
On the hill for the White Sox, Drew Thorpe. What's the word on him?
Well, coming into this game, hitters are batting under 250 against this starting pitcher.
Chicago White Sox, we've faced in the playoffs in the past.
He's been
kind of wild to think about.
Add and subtract, change up the look so that hitters don't get too
That's not good. I don't like hearing the terms add and subtract because that means that we don't deal with it very well. Circle change at 80, a four seam at 92, slider at 82, a cutter at 88, and a sweeper at 78. So we're going to really need to slow things down here as we get set for game one of a three-game set. That's a bad swing. Real bad swing.
At the belt and fires.
Oh boy. There's that circle change all the way down there. Slider at 82, and then the circle change dropped at 78. There's a sweeper at 76. Gross.
Here's a 1-2. That one just
almost got fooled by the fastball yet again. That one mercifully called a ball for us.
It'll lead at you out there, so some handle it a little bit better than others. And right here, clearly letting the ump hear it a little bit.
And got rid of the slider at 78. Okay. Really have to slow down. This is awful for us.
But that's good composure right there. He found a way to come back with another good pitch to get him to swing and miss.
Since I was out number one, I thought they would show us our lineup, not the strikeout.
Now it's the right
that wasn't the intention.
And the first pitch misses for ball one. Canzone matched a homer in his last game.
God dang, big speed difference. Oh my God, it's 13 miles an hour.
So a foul ball.
We're still early on that. Oh, well, at least we were very early instead of too early. What? Circle change. Hold on. What is happening? Hold on. Okay, yeah, all right, hang on just a second. Okay, got that taken care of. All right, here we go. Let's dial it in here. We've been able to adjust to this circle change. Too early, very early, good.
Out towards right
perfect,
center.
perfect.
That's well struck. Got
wow.
all of that one.
Wow. Canzone gets on the board.
It's 1-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
I don't know when the hell Canzone was in the lineup last, but I'll take it.
Dangerous at the dish right now.
Third home run of the season, which is more than Solano, and Solano's an everyday guy.
On some other pitches in this at bat was very patient, and it paid off.
I didn't think that was going to get out.
Now, Donovan Solano had the day off yesterday. Just missed.
Okay, that's a good start. That's what we're looking for. I like that at bat a lot. I know it resulted in a home run. That's easy for us to get excited about. But we made adjustments. We were able to slow things down with that on that circle change, and we got a perfect.
Headed towards the corner.
That one, unfortunately, was late.
That's a foul ball.
Four seam. Ooh, got me with the circle change there. Let's step out. That one fooled me a little bit more.
And now before the 1-2, time is called at home plate. On the ground right side.
Yeah, late on that one. Darn.
Sends it to first. 2 out.
Oh, that actually the game should be starting here pretty soon.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup.
Here's
Here's
the lineup. That's what I thought we were getting when I was trying to crack a dude.
Well, his teammates keep feeding him, and he keeps on eating. Top 5 in the American League in RBIs, and he's become a go-to guy you want to see at the plate. If you root for this team, he's the guy you want up there with runners on base right now.
440. Okay.
That one finds the corner.
Slider up in the zone, no problem.
The breaking ball just got the corner. There's nothing you can really do with that.
Darn it. Slow that swing down. Drop that PCI a little bit. Oof. This is a good pitcher to put against me. Even if you take a team like the White Sox that maybe isn't very good. Or a pitcher that's not maybe playing particularly well. It still works well against me because the circle change is a pitch that I struggle with a lot.
Solo shot. It's now 1-0.
That's not what we wanted. That's a really bad strikeout too. All right, here's our guy, George Kirby on the bump. 9 starts, 7-1 record, 57.2 innings pitched, 2.81 ERA.
Ratio on the season, and when you consider the amount of
nice
swings
whip
and
under
misses
1,
that
73
he gets,
strikeouts. I love that 0% walk rate.
That's going to make him more economical.
0%. Andrew Benintendi is going to get us started today.
So we'll see if that remains true in this one.
Bottom of the first. Here's the left fielder, Andrew Benintendi.
Oh, boy.
Fouled off. Benintendi, the former first-round pick.
Don't love where that location was, but...
On the ground right side.
Nice play by Shenton.
Steps on the bag.
I would not be surprised if we give up another hit, or an additional hit or 2 up that first base line.
This is not a team that's had much success driving the baseball so far this year.
So they have maybe that bottom part, 7, 8, and 9, depending how Brooks Baldwin is against lefties. You could throw in a lefty as that flips. 3 or 4 batters you'd have the advantage against.
And how much it takes, Boog, for you to put together a rally and put together a big inning. Just a difficult thing to do consistently over a long season. So somehow, some way,
I don't know exactly what I interrupted myself there, but I wouldn't be surprised if we give up another hit or an extra additional hits up the first base side, just because I don't know what, like, Shenton's fielding 72, reaction 67. The speed is 25, and I wonder if that gets us in a little bit of trouble, or we give up a little more base running. Maybe the reaction
swing and a high fly ball left field
kind of counters that.
And that is the 3rd out of the inning.
Maybe it's not for us to worry about. We need to lock in on the pitching. 2 long outs, but hey, 1 hit, 1 run. Mariners lead by 1 after 1.
Here on the south side, now it's the DH, Luke Raley. Thorpe, 24 years old, and he was a 2nd-round pick in 2022. Thorpe back to work.
That's a good take.
Misses. Ball 1.
Not giving him a pitch to hit there isn't a bad thing. He's dealing with a great first pitch hitter up there.
There it is. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. Dead center. 474. Oh my gosh.
It's 2-0.
Oh
he
man.
Absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
474. Is that on a circle change?
If you hit the ball that far, you know we're going to check the numbers. Let's go back to the nerd herd and stack
the nerd herd.
That was
gross.
Impressive.
Yeah, wow. I mean, they don't hit them much farther than that, Boog.
Exit velocity 107.3.
To hit a ball like that, and he
hang
really
time
showed us something
6.5
right
seconds.
Now at the plate,
Perfect on. Oh, a 4-seam fastball.
99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100.
Always exciting to see a leadoff home run in an inning. Kind of gets the offense fired up, and you start to expect a big inning.
And another ball.
Oh my God.
He's clearly trying to work him away
That's
here.
a
Both
that's
pitches
a
off the
strike.
plate. If you really want to put the ball in play, you're going to have to stay back and drive it to the opposite field.
In there at
That's
the
fine.
knees.
That's fine.
Now 2-1.
Let that go. The wind did help that one. 9 miles an hour blowing out.
Here at the top of the second. Late on that
Late.
fastball.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That's inside. Okay.
Full count.
Oh, he got me with a fastball.
That's a strikeout.
I was too busy looking for the
Top of
circle
strike zone. We're
change.
seeing more fastballs in that location. Hitters, especially with 2 strikes, have to be ready to pull the trigger.
And now it's going to be Austin
Oof.
Schitt.
God, that's a.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly, but
That's
he
all-
wins the
that's all
foot
good,
race to
damn it.
first. Good job of knowing how much time he had there.
Second baseman. Jorge
2 down,
Polanco.
bases empty. And now Jorge Polanco. That one fouled
Darn it.
off. Polanco with a homer in his last game. Whacked out to center field. That's well struck.
Is that gonna
Robert
carry?
going back,
Is that gonna carry?
and he makes the catch.
Kind of carried, but
One scores
another
in the inning,
solo
coming on
home run.
solo home run.
We could win this
It's
game
2-0.
9-0
This is
with
Mariners
just
baseball on the
lefty
show
swing
Northwest.
solo home runs. Solo home runs.
And welcome back
And
to the
leading
ballpark.
off for the
Bottom of the
White Sox.
inning. Here's the cleanup hitter for the Sox,
Luis
Luis Robert Jr.
Robert Jr.
And that
Come
one just
on,
misses.
Sean, throw that in a
Ball
better
and no
spot.
strikes. And there's a ball.
That's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished
How
up
did I
and
label
in,
this
just on the
correctly?
edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
I did. Good for me.
Pitch is in there. And it's 2-1 now.
Well, it looks like he's wanting to work the upper part of the strike zone. What does that mean? Top hand better be working for the hitters. Adjust that side a little bit. Give yourself a chance to hit.
Stays alive. Battling here as he fouls it away.
Do you
That
have a
wasn't an easy
sinker?
pitch to
Yes.
hit.
Okay.
It's much easier to do damage against mistakes, but that's not what that pitch was.
That's the ball.
And now the count filled up 3-2. Swing and a miss. Struck
There
him
we
out.
go. There's a big
Well,
strikeout.
that right there is just a pitcher's pitch, tailing away from the hitter, blowing away with some good action at the end. You know, even if he gets the bat to that ball, it's probably just a weak ground ball to the opposite side. Tell you what, that's a tremendous 2-strike pitch.
Andrew Vaughn, batting with 1 down, takes a strike. Strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Rusty Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us.
That's
Maybe
not-
the best name.
I got a
in the
little
league.
anxious with it.
2 strikes.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean, who's better to ask than you? I kind of wonder,
There we
Rusty's
go.
his actual name or just a nickname?
Yeah, no clue.
Okay.
Batting 6.
And here is
Second
Sosa
baseman,
to the plate.
Lenny Sosa.
Laser could be trouble. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he starts his afternoon off
Okay.
right with a double.
Where did we miss that pitch?
And next to him for the Sox,
Batting
Colson
seven.
Montgomery.
Actually, it's just
And Boog, I'd say
good
he's
swing.
due.
maybe a little up, but it's right on the edge.
Montgomery with some
I don't think
struggles
it's
at the
that,
plate
I don't think it's that
recently,
bad of a
not
pitch.
uncommon for rookies.
You know, Boog, at the start of my career, I got only 3 hits in my first month, but I kept at it.
Oh, that's a strikeout.
There we go. There we go.
So they can't
All
do
right, so we give up
anything
the
with a
double,
two-out
but no
double.
problem.
We head on down to the top of the third. It's the Mariners 2 and the White Sox nothing.
We've only registered 2 hits in this game. They were perfect solo shots. 1 per inning so far. Did we keep the streak alive?
Last series, the pitching was not good as we take a check.
Oh, there we go. Finally get kind of a look at it. Not to, pile onto a team that's maybe not performing very well and was the worst in history last year, but interesting to see them highlight the team and go, hey, they weren't great. A 5.54 ERA in 26 innings. And some other statistics. All right, Crawford.
And that one upstairs, ball 1.
1-0.
Swing and a miss.
Way too
Strike
early.
1.
Man, he
One ball,
really
one
sells the
strike.
changeup with that arm action.
So a foul ball makes it 1-2.
Lead? No, still early. That's outside.
Stop takes
It's
the
a good
ball.
take.
Got him
Fooled me with a
looking.
fastball.
Make it 4 strikeouts for him on the
Man, we
bump
struck
today.
out 4 times.
Back to the
That's
top of the lineup,
brutal.
Julio Rodriguez will hit next. He was a strikeout victim his first time. And
One
that's
ball,
outside.
no strike.
That's not
And
the
there's
swing
a
that we
foul
need.
ball.
Best case scenario, it's a foul ball. Worst case scenario, it's a terrible pop out.
In the air, pretty deep out to center field.
Unfortunately,
Robert
that'll
sizing this one
stay
up,
in.
puts it away for the out. Now the number 2
Canzone
hitter,
had that
Dominic
solo home run in the
Canzone.
first.
He's already homered here in this one.
This was easily our best at bat of the day.
And first
a
offering
great
is
swing
fouled
there.
off.
But our ability to adjust and slow the swing down, that's helpful.
Check
No,
swing,
that's a
no
ball.
appeal.
Brought it back. Thank you,
Almost got him to
Canzone.
commit, but he held back.
Swing and a ball driven out to center.
Oh
That one's carried.
my God. No way.
Outta
Really?
here.
460?
Another homer. His second home run of the game.
2 for
and they
2
add
with
to their
2
lead.
solo
It's
home
3-0.
runs.
Already playing with the
He
lead, and
doubles
now they're
his
celebrating a
entire
home run.
season
They're having
output.
a great time out there.
In one game. In a third of a game. We have our third solo shot of the day. All of them with the true lefty swings. 2 for Canzone, 1 for Rayleigh.
That's as big as it gets right there. You take advantage of a mistake. That is an ultimate. Here it is. Watch it. I'm going to jog around the bases.
Dead center again. Wow.
So 2 away with nobody on. Here's Donovan Solano. Grounded out his first time up. There's a swing and a drive. This one could be trouble.
Should be able to
Around
get to
first, heading for
2.
2. And that's a 2-bagger.
Actually, if he throws that just a second, we might be in some
It's
trouble.
been a tough stretch at the plate lately. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got
That is
it
our
to drop
first
in out there in the
non-home
deep
run
right
hit.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. His first at-bat was a strikeout. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock.
I'll be honest, I wanted that one to get absolutely destroyed into the stands.
Now batting, the designated hitter.
Luke Rayleigh, the next to hit. He's
Oh,
already
it's a
homered in this
perfect,
game.
but I drove it into the ground.
Swung on, belted. Robert going back on it.
Is he gonna hold? He
Pulls it
holds.
in on the warning track.
All right, well, that's okay. We put on a couple more runs.
So 2 runs on 3 hits, including the home run. No errors.
The wind is
and
the
1
only
man
reason that
left.
those even
We
look
move on
like they
to the
might have a
bottom of
chance.
inning number 3.
The home
It's
runs
the
that we've hit
Mariners
have
4
felt
and the
pretty
White
legit,
Sox
though.
nothing.
Just perfect
And
monsters.
we're back. Now the third baseman, Brooks Baldwin.
Third baseman.
But we'll see how we do with the starting pitching.
Baldwin.
We do have.
And first offering.
We should have Emerson Hancock in the bullpen. So if things get like a little too wild, we could try to bring him in for a little bit. This is a series that feels like we should just try to get through.
That one the other way.
The Sox are better in this game than they are in real life, but
Going
still.
back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone.
All right, now he may have not
This
liked
guy,
either of
he's
those
done.
first 2 pitches or agreed with the umpire's calls, but at this point,
Canzone, not the
bear down and be ready to hit
greatest.
anything close to the zone.
Okay, there we
They
go.
got it for out number
Not
2.
the best jump, but still able to get there.
Now batting. Left fielder.
Now it's Andrew Benintendi to hit. Grounded out his first time. Delivers a pitch
There we
in
go.
for a strike at 95. And that's a strike.
Ooh, boy.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to
Off.
chase if you look down in that area.
2 down, nobody on. Just misses with that one. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he
That
knew it.
splitter. That splitter gives me so much trouble.
So he
You give
lets
one
out
back,
the
it's
other way,
another home
and
run.
Cut into the lead. It's 4-1.
That splitter, I'm sure, did not drop and leaked over the plate.
I'm sure he wanted that pitch down below the zone. It stayed up a little bit. He paid a dear price for it. Just a great swing to the ball, through the ball, and a nice round trip.
Austin
Yeah, it's
Slater
an
stands in.
awful
He's 0
location.
for 1. There's a strike
And
in
that
the knees.
slider does not slide.
Well, the offense has
Yikes.
gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
Pitch misses, and 1-1.
Goodness
one in the
gracious. Now, the White Sox have put a couple of good swings on the ball, so a home run isn't super surprising. Especially with this top of the lineup. I think 2 of the first 3 outs that we had were long, long flies.
It's Major League Baseball on the show.
A little unfortunate, but that's okay.
Welcome back. Let's
Hey,
check out what's
we're
been
perfect.
happening of late.
Perfect.
Really been playing well.
It was a tough series against the Padres. It was a deceptively tough series against the Yankees. That 9-1 game, like I keep saying, is not a 9-1 game. So it's been an interesting stretch over the last 6. We took care of the Blue Jays pretty okay. And the Athletics series was a little meh, but...
In the air, out towards left center.
Just not able to... it's early on it,
And
yeah.
puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one down.
Woo! He was all over that
Now
first pitch
batting, the
fastball. He
first baseman,
just barely
Austin
missed it.
Shenton.
Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Austin
Look at the
Shen
dog area.
now at the plate. 0 for 1 so far.
Daryl Dixon looking fuckwad. Nope, that's
Swing
not
and
a swing
foul
that we
straight
want.
back. On the ground. So.
I bopped the PCI up.
Up next for Seattle, second baseman.
2 outs,
Jorge
base is empty.
Polanco.
And up next for Seattle, Jorge Polanco. Fly to center his first time. Just
outside.
missed. Swings and misses. And it's a ball and a strike.
That might be worth taking a timeout after that. That was a horrible swing.
Ball.
It's outside.
Backdoor breaking ball just missed right there. And boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
Gets a piece there.
Damn
We'll
it.
do it again.
Damn it, damn it, damn it.
2 down, nobody on. Top half of inning number 4.
Someone's being nosy. And he should be focused on the show. Okay,
And
that's
it
fine.
remains 2
Foul it
and
off.
2. Gets a piece and stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
And that one
Yeah, that's
is
a
in
good,
the dirt.
it's a good
And
take.
that's ball 3.
Wow, this guy's really battling up there as if his run is the game-winning run. I love his tenacity.
3 and 2. Payoff pitch.
Got me with a
Cut on and
fastball.
missed, and it's
Got me with a
strikeout,
fastball.
And that is the inning. And
I
1, 2,
don't know why
3
that's
go the
been such an
Mariners,
effective
but they
pitch,
lead
but
it
that
4-1.
low fastball continues to give me a lot of trouble. That is so frustrating at
Back
times.
here at the ballpark, let's
Leading
check out
off
the
for the
latest
White
news
Sox.
from around the league.
Right fielder, Mike Tauchman.
This game typically loves the Minnesota Twins, but I believe the Twins are last in the AL Central, excuse me.
Almost got him.
It did not. It was not that bad. Settle down, Tauchman. Just a little...
On the ground, right side. And it gets by him.
It's a diamond reaction, but I just wonder if that's the speed difference. I mean, it could be the...
Kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough
Exit
behind
velo or
it to
whatever.
shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Robert, that
There
for
we
the
go.
second time, and that's strike 1. That
That's
catches his own
not a
first
very
strike,
good...
And it's nothing in 2.
Not a very good sinker.
And that just misses.
Just
His
missed.
understanding of the strike zone, very impressive. That was a very close 0-2 fastball.
There we
I just
go.
don't know how you take that.
I'll take a strikeout in this scenario. I think ideally, I think you'd want to double play here.
Take a look at the pitch sequence of that.
We put up our
at-bat.
first
The
goose
thing
egg in the
to notice
last
are
inning, by
pitch
the way.
Locations, every single one of them on the edges of the strike zone, and as a hitter, that can be pretty frustrating because you don't expect a pitcher to be able to make quality pitches one after another like that. And so
There
those
we
are
go.
tough spots to do damage, and a great demonstration of pitch command, and it got him a punch out that time.
Outside low, and it's 1-1. The number 3 overall pick out of Cal for the White Sox in 2019. Swing and a high
Yikes.
fly ball in the air left field. Calls it in, 2 away.
Good pitch. He just kind of had him out in front on that pitch away and wasn't able to stay closed.
So up next for Chicago, Lenny Sosa. And that's in for a strike.
So 1 for
80% of
1.
his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
1 ball, 1
In the
strike.
dirt, but kept close.
Sosa is 1 for 1. Pretty bad sinker there.
Close one doesn't get the call.
Okay.
And
I mean,
that's
that's strike 2, but whatever.
Tauchman off of first with 2 away.
Well, you put good velocity in the head of the hitter. He's got to get it ready early and then change.
There we go.
Ah, that's
Didn't
strike 3
lead to
and
any
the
extra
third
pitches.
out. So we take a break.
Pitches there, excuse me.
So
Oh my
for
gosh.
The White Sox, and this is still a 4-1 ball game.
Yeah, the foul would have been another strike, another throw anyway. Why is he looking at the
We're back,
umpire?
and there's a new
Okay, so they're bringing in a lefty here,
Tyler
Tyler Gilbert.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep.
Must
the
be a
score
little
right
lefty
where it is.
lane. Is it Raleigh?
So
Or-
digging
oh, it's
in,
Crawford.
J.P. Crawford
Okay.
went down on strikes his first time through.
Cutter at 89, a 4-seam at 92, 2-seam at 92, 12-6 at 78, and a splitter at 84. And that,
immediately pumps in a
oh,
strike
cutter,
to the left-handed hitter.
Okay. I'm actually surprised that was the primary pitch.
31 years old, and he was a 6th-round draft. Now this ball is well hit. This one's got a chance, and that gets down in the corner. And that's a leadoff double.
Second.
Now he launches a throw over his head.
Go to third. Go to third.
He'll make it up to third, and I'm
Why
sure
was no one
an
covering?
error of the outfielder.
What the hell happened there?
He really hammered that one down into the right field corner, and clearly he wasn't just content with the double. Really got going out of the box and hustled his way to turn that into a triple.
I wanted to try it for 3 anyway. Be interesting to watch this from the. Did it went over? Okay, we get the full replay on the triple. Okay, so let's take a quick look.
Up next for the Mariners.
Hockman, 69 strength. I don't have a super strong outfield, which I guess isn't that surprising. We'll take a look at the replay.
Base hit and a run
Nicely
in to
done.
score.
Perfect on a 2-seam fastball.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Solid swing from start
We are
to
not
end.
hitting bombs with Julio. I'd have to go look at some of the previous stats if that would. I don't know if that would be possible, but I don't know how many home runs he typically has for us. What I did want to look at was the replay bats or replay vault. Excuse me. 5th Crawford. Now, what I was curious about, because they did not charge it as an error. They charged it as a triple. So it gets down. We're going to go double. So it gets sailed. Why does he run away from third base? He's like just nowhere near third. There's no reason for him to leave this position, right? That is so weird. Granted, I mean, Crawford's going to get in regardless. Just a funky eye. First, I thought that was the pitcher. There's the pitcher backing up. Weird.
Right fielder, Dominic Canzone. Going to one.
It's fine.
Nobody out. Runner at first. Left field. Benintendi is there.
Yeah, late on it.
Drops into the glove. And there's one away. So up next, Donovan Solano. 1 for 2. Headed down the line.
He went 2-seam fastball, first pitch to the righty, just not in the zone.
And that one is downstairs. And that's ball 1. Man at first, one away. Pitch misses there, and it's 2-1.
Ooh. That's fine.
That fastball, even though it's up, that's the velocity you want to go after. Low 90s, a lot better than trying to hit the high 90s.
Runner takes off in the air out towards right center. Tauchman makes the grab.
Tauchman did not even try to go to first.
Now batting, catcher, Cal Raleigh.
So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Cal Raleigh. Runner takes off. Pop foul out of play off to the right. 1 run across in the frame so far, and we're at the top of the 5th. He swings and fouls.
If we could have held back, that's a home run.
Runner goes again. Ground ball right side. It squirts through. Around second is Rodriguez. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. Just a simple ground ball the other way. They had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Now a chance for Luke Raley.
Really has decent speed. It's a terrible swing on a cutter. That's okay. Julio knocks in a run. We're a little aggressive here. Maybe not as locked in as we should be. Probably took away a stolen base from Julio as well. But he does knock in Crawford.
Back at right field. And now Colson Montgomery. Kirby back to work.
Montgomery.
And first offering is fouled off.
You know, these White Sox just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Ground ball right side, and that chance handled. Gets it to
Nice
first.
job. That felt like a fast 57 speed. He really got up the line there.
Third baseman.
And up next for Chicago, Brooks Baldwin. That's in for a strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-1.
Oh.
Bases empty, one away. Last half of inning number 5. And he hits a ground ball right side, and that squirts through. So man aboard, Matt Theis steps to the plate for the White Sox. In the dirt.
I'm a little surprised he didn't at least try, but I guess if you need base runners.
Foul ball. Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
There's a swing and a miss.
He's been able to go inside as well as outside, effectively working both sides of the plate in this at bat.
Grounder might be 2. Quickly to second for 1.
That was a great throw from Polanco. One of the quicker rotations that we've seen as well. Getting that from Crawford to Polanco to the first baseman, Shenton today. And we kind of didn't need it because he was only 15 speed going up the line.
For the White Sox, number 64.
All right, let's see what we can do here against Shane Smith.
Once again.
Number 64.
Down the left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
94 on a fastball, 84 on a slider, cutter at 89, 2 seam at 91. God, if I could just hit home run 100 with Arozarena so they'd stop asking me when I'll hit home run number 100 with Arozarena.
Schuster getting loose as well. Way out.
Absolutely fooled with that. Take a
no fair
just
right there.
stop.
I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Hit pretty well in the air out to center.
Unfortunately, it's
Robert
just a fly out. Yeah, we can't do anything with the Arozarena. Could be a trade piece.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Austin Shenton up next for the Mariners. Bowl for 2 in this one. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
We can add a little speed to the outfield. It would probably be worth looking at.
He was late there.
Goodness gracious.
1.
Another outfield bench piece could be helpful.
Fly ball to right. Makes the grab, 2 down.
Maybe like a true center fielder.
Now batting, second baseman, Jorge Polanco.
2 down, base is empty. And now it's the switch hitting second baseman, Jorge Polanco. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
Foul ball real early.
2 outs. Fouled off.
Bad swing.
And they'll do it again. That one missing inside. Swing and a ball lined out towards center.
Fly out.
He's got it, and that'll end the inning.
Okay. Well, we did decent contact on some pitches, but we can't do anything with it, and
it's the M's 5
we will
and the White Sox 1.
Head to the bottom half of the inning. We're still winning, so that's fine. We've had some success early. I was a little worried about that pitcher just because
And leading
Not
to the
intending to start it off. He
Just
blasted
with
one
that
out.
circle change, I thought we were going to have a lot more trouble. And we had trouble with it.
Important swing of the bat in this game. We've already seen him do it once. Can he do it again?
Nope. He won't do it again. He's not gonna do it again. That man reached through another man to get that home run.
And that's through there for a strike.
And we gave him a pretty good pitch to do it again. Okay.
Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. 0-2 now. Right side. And foul ball. That one off the mark. And that is ball one. That one just
Ooh,
misses.
that's
Close pitch there.
That's
and
strike
he's kinda
three.
wondering where it missed. You know, getting a feel for each umpire's strike zone is something that pitchers and hitters really have to think about and work on from game to game, and sometimes from at bat to at bat.
I mean, these should be out number one.
Got
There we
him
go.
looking. That's a
There we
strike.
go. That one dropped. That one dropped just enough to
Dotted the edge of the
hit
zone
that top
right
part of
there.
the
That was a
zone
tough
for strike
battle,
three.
man. So to make a really quality pitch and just catch him looking like that, it's got to feel good out there on the mound. That was a fun at bat to watch.
Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard
Not
now
a
with
well-run
1-1.
route.
Mike Tauchman.
Is it going to be
steps
worth
the plate for
putting
the
in
White Sox,
another reliever
and it's fouled
or another
away.
pitcher? We're in the
Now this team is
sixth.
definitely looking
68
for a big swing of the
pitches.
bat right here. Try to close that gap, but you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Swing and a miss, and he's down on strikes.
Love a double play. Come
7
on,
strikeouts
game.
for him. Luis
Up
Robert
next for
now.
the White
His righty-lefty
Sox.
splits there,
Center fielder, Luis.
and that's outside.
So
He's going to
close.
be pretty proud of this outing so far. Sometimes guys cower coming into a ballpark like this, but he is a tapped hitter.
Why would I cower
Pitching
coming
a
into
run
the
like this
Chicago
is
White
very
Sox
impressive.
stadium?
This has been a treat to watch.
That's in there, and the count 1-2. Slater leads off first with 2 down to the inning. On the ground to the left, Solano tosses
There
to
we go.
first.
Okay.
And they take care
Hey,
of
we don't
Robert for
throw to the
out.
wrong base
And
today.
that
That's
will end
an
the inning.
improvement.
The White Sox leave one. They're down 5-1. Welcome back.
All right, here's our
Next, we'll
pitching
look at how
comparison.
today's starting pitchers have fared
Fours.
so far.
4 innings, 4 runs, 4 earned, 5 hits. No walks, 5 strikeouts. No walks for either side today, as we've given up just the 1 earned on 5 hits. Struck out 7 in 6 innings pitched.
And first offering is fouled off.
Damn, went with a cutter, huh? That's a
Lifted in
bad
the
swing.
air,
We're
right
not there
field.
at all.
Puts it away for the out. Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. There's a line drive to left field.
Drops.
That's a
Okay.
hit.
It's another single for Julio. Good to have him on base. Maybe we try to
Jump, and I
get
think
a
that
steal.
was the difference on the play, Boog. It's not always easy seeing the
Take a
ball
look
right
at
there.
Canzone.
Something to
He's
improve.
2 for 3 with a couple of
Right
solo
fielder,
home runs
Dominic
today.
Canzone. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dish.
God, that would... The other one sounded better and was the shorter of the 2.
It's in and out of his
No
glove. And they
way.
get it
We
out.
were
Good
early, a
recovery.
little on
Wasn't
top of
easy
it.
following the
Sorry,
misplay.
Canzone.
Fastball groove right down the middle. Usually a lot of damage done with that pitch. A hard
Darn it.
grounder, but he wanted to get that ball in the air, maybe drive it into the gap.
I got a little excited with the...
Line drive out towards left field. That's a base hit. The throw in. It's off
And
line.
we're in.
The
Okay.
run comes in, and the
Rodriguez
lead is up to
scores and
5.
Solano knocks in a run.
Drives in the run. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed through.
Yeah,
it
that
nice
quick
enough
pitch
to
got
rip
me a little bit there.
And here's the catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Sorry, did not mean to slam that hard. My bad.
Well struck right field.
Oh. Oh.
But the RBI
All right. Well,
single
Solano
pushes
knocks in a
across
run
the
and we
run.
extend our
And
lead.
this is
6-1 now.
6-1 ball game. Major
I
League
like what we
Baseball
have. We
is
have 10
on
hits,
the
6
show.
runs. We don't have some of the base running issues that we've had in the past.
Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
Canzone's 2 for 4 with 2 solo home runs. Raley has the solo home run as well. Benintendi with a solo home run. Each of those true lefty swings. Sosa 1 for 2 with a double.
On the ground to third. Throws across
Nice
the
transfer.
diamond, and the leadoff hitter set down.
I say Solano early. Shenton's the first baseman if I got that backwards.
Now it's the second base.
There's always 2 guys that I get confused.
And that drops in for a strike.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard
There
time
we go.
catching up.
See ya. Strikes him out.
Didn't
for
even
the
get the
second
swing
time
and miss.
today.
Just punched it right by him.
2 out, space is empty. Colson Montgomery steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Montgomery.
That one finds the zone. Strike 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. And they'll do it again. Fights it
Come
off.
on.
You'll see another.
Come on.
Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2.
There we go.
Struck him out. And it's
There
a
we go.
1-2-3 inning. Starting to run out
Okay.
of outs as
Let's,
they're unable to chip away. We look ahead to inning number 8.
Yeah, we could
It's
probably
the
go ahead and grab
Mariners 6
get
and the
a
White
reliever or
Sox
2
1.
up in the bullpen. Get this moving along.
Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Cam
the 8th.
Boozer.
Cam Boozer.
And with the big deficit on the
Now pitching
scoreboard,
for the White
he almost
Sox.
has to just put that out of his
Number
mind.
71.
Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a
Leading
close
off for the
game.
Mariners,
Ryan
the
Raley's 1 for 3 with the
designated
solo
hitter,
home run.
Raley.
97 on a fastball, 92 on a cutter. Look for that sweeper.
Raley
1-0.
in the box here. That's
That's
that
a
one
terrible
go for a
pitch,
ball.
but that's
Action in the pen
we had the
down
right
there.
plan. Speaking of bullpens, switch lefty lefty. We can throw in Saucedo. We can warm up Snyder as well. Yeah, and Brooks Baldwin's
Gus
not as
Baldwin,
good as
the young right-hander up and
not as
throwing.
good against the lefty side.
The lefty, the 1-0. And
2-0.
that skips in the dirt. And that one is lifted in the air.
Oh, just a little too far under it.
Robert makes the play. 1 away.
Now batting, left fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Here's the left fielder, Randy Arozarena. 0 for 3 in this one. Ground ball to the right side. And that's
And
just
262
foul.
with Randy. He's over 3
Base is
today.
empty, 1 away, and we're in the top of the 8th. Strike 2.
Late.
It might be time to choke up a little bit, get that front foot down early, maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Swing and a pop-up.
Oh my
Sosa.
God.
He's got it, and there's 2 away.
Sometimes there's just swings of the game that do not click with me, and I feel like Randy's is one of them.
Swings through that one
Too
for
aggressive.
strike one.
Too aggressive.
Swing and a drive, deep right field.
Shenton bats better
That's
against
back there.
lefties.
It has the
And we'll take
distance.
another
Gone.
lefty swing home run for
He
as
nails one
Shenton
out to
puts
right.
one out of the yard.
It's 7-1. That's their fourth
This is a
home run of
funky
the
game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. Got to keep that front shoulder closed and your body square to the plate, especially when you're facing a left-hander. He did all those things until the very last moment where that hip just popped. Hands came through, nice little lag to it. Carried out nicely.
Jorge Polanco up next for the Mariners.
That's a mistake sweeper.
Drilled out towards left center field.
And a
That's
double?
well struck. That's bad. That one hops against the fence. And he's in at second with a 2-out double.
So it'll be Crawford up
Couldn't have tied it
next.
up any better
Some
than
2-out
that.
damage as we get
Short with his bat path to the ball and caught it
get
out
his
front,
16th
and
double of the
stayed long in his
season, Polanco.
follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
J.P. Crawford
That's
gets
another
a chance to
sweeper
hit
up in the
1 for
zone.
3. First pitch
That sweeper
misses.
was way out. Okay.
1 ball, no strike.
My nose.
On the ground,
Oh,
right side.
drove it into the ground.
Tosses to first. That ends the inning.
Darn.
And stops
Darn it,
things
darn
from
it.
getting out of
That's
hand.
okay.
Solo
Shenton
blast
puts in the
adds to
puts the
Seattle
solo
lead.
home run
And the lead is stretched
out of
to
the yard, and
7-1.
we're up 7-1. Oh my gosh, how tired am I today? Apparently.
Now pitching for
Go ahead and bring in the lefty. It'll be a switch lefty, and I believe
Compared to some
Is
days,
it the
this is a pretty
8-9-1?
low
I
leverage
think is
appearance
what
for
it
him,
is.
So he should be fairly free and easy out there. Still have to keep yourself sharp and attack.
ERA is not great. The righty's batting pretty well against him.
To the plate for the White
Baldwin
Sox.
is not as good against the
Baldwin.
lefties as he is the
There
righties.
for a strike.
Well, that's really the money spot, down and away. If you can locate that consistently, it's going to be real tough for hitters to square that up. That's what you love to see relievers do coming out of that
Oh
bullpen.
no.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. And that'll get down for a hit. And a good start
Well,
to
that
the
is
inning.
unfortunate. That was a slider I just don't think slid. That slid.
Matt
Oh,
Theis
it's actually
comes up
slid
to hit
fine.
here.
That was a perfectly fine pitch. Just kind of got beat on it.
That one finds the corner. Strike one.
Well, the leadoff man gets on. You want to minimize the threat by playing sound defense. Hopefully,
That's a
the
bad
pitcher can get
pitch.
a ball on the
We are
ground and they
real
can roll them
early.
up for 2.
No ball, 2 strike.
Good job to fight that one off. Got him looking, and he did not like the call. Benintendi to the
Up
plate.
next for the White Sox, left fielder Andrew
Fought off foul.
Benintendi.
Saucedo in his 5th season, 31 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in Hawaii. Baldwin leads off first with 1 away. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second, now 1 out.
Good
Now
2-strike
that
hitting right
is
there,
the
Boog.
Okay, where are we in the lineup here? Righty, lefty, and then a triple righty.
A lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds.
Slater.
Smash that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that
See if
hard,
we can
it makes
just
it
get
very
this
tough on the
this
infielders to
righty
make
out.
Any sort of play.
Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Check swing. Now we'll look down
Nah,
to
he
first.
didn't. He did not go. Absolutely
around.
did not go.
Runners at first and second with 1 gone. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Maybe a 2-ball. 5, 4, 3 double.
Ooh.
And the inning is over.
We had the really good
Decided at
quick
this
turn
point.
early in this
Ninth
game with
inning
this
coming up.
15
It's the
speed, and it
Mariners
was
7
genuinely a
and the
quick
White Sox 1.
turn. That was a real slow turn with fast speed going up the base path. And then we had to try and get out of the way.
It's a bit of a blowout now, which
Okay.
gives us a bit
So
more
top
freedom here in
9.
the booth.
We can leave Saucedo in.
You've
Or who do we have in?
tightened up the hairdo, but back
What do you mean scheduled to pitch?
when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable
Is that
it was
another
because I
single
was the
for
barber.
Julio?
Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
And I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
And first offering is fouled off. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
Snap throw to first. Rodriguez dives back.
I literally hit L1 as he threw that
So
over.
good. You just got the knock, you're on base, and then right away you get picked off. That's just a tough one to swallow, especially after leading off an inning with a single.
In the air, center field. Robert under it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was gonna just kind of cheat that way, and so I hit L1
So
and
I'd say I was probably
Ugh.
a 7.
that's okay.
But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
In the air to left center. Benintendi
I'm okay with
ranging
that.
after
It's-
it.
we're up
And
by
that is
6.
that.
It's a pretty poor at bat. I'm bummed that we got picked off by with
Heart of the order,
with
3, 4,
Rodriguez,
5
but
will
it
get
happens.
their shot in the bottom of the
I don't know
ninth.
why it said
It's
scheduled
the
to pitch.
Mariners
I don't
7
need him to
and the
come in.
White Sox 1. Back here on the south side, last chance for the home team.
The reason that I
Down the
don't
right
need him to
fielder.
come in immediately is because there's one more lefty.
And first
Goodness
offering
gracious.
is fouled off. That's to third, and that one handled. Boots it.
I saw it hit the yellow. I saw it hit yellow. And we just can't get away from the errors. It's been a real problem for
Here
us.
comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen. New pitcher for the Mariners,
That's really
Colin
frustrating.
And he's got
Colin
a nice
Snyder's
lead
coming
to
in.
work with, so
He's a
he should
righty.
come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Lefties are batting .429 against him, but pretty low batting average against righties. I have been trying to play the matchups with these guys a little bit more, so some of these numbers can be a little inflated.
And that is out of play. Ground ball right side could be 2 to Crawford for 1. And they
There
get
we
him
go. Hey,
easily
nice
at
job,
first.
Snyder.
It's a double play.
Hey, they played the matchup right there, worked out.
It's like one of the
Got ground ball double play,
few times,
and
it's like
that
the third
changes
double
the
play that we've been
complexion
able
of
to
this
turn
inning
here in this one.
entirely.
That might be a season high. It just does not feel like we are getting a lot of those.
So it's their last chance in this one. Andrew Vaughn now. And first offering is fouled off. On the ground, and this should do it. Polanco. On the
Game.
first,
Okay.
ball game.
That's not a very exciting game. I understand. Sometimes, look, sometimes the team that you root for, the team that you play as in MLB The Show, sometimes we just come in and we got to issue our spankings. All right? We got to come in, play a garbage White Sox team, knock them around a little bit,
And
be
a
on our way.
7-1 finish in
And that's
this one.
hopefully what it's going to be like this week. I thought that it was going to be a bit rougher just because I do tend to struggle with the circle change as a pitch. So it was nice to get some of those solo home runs early, give ourselves a bit of a lead. We got it up to 4 before we gave up the solo home run, but we tacked on 3 extras. I think when I look at this, the box score across the top, I'm going to like where it's going to land with the consistency in innings that we scored in. And I don't think we scored like a ton of runs. I think maybe 3 would be the highest, and I don't even know that that's... We got 2 that put us at 4. And I think we scored in multi-innings, so after that, I don't know. Hey, Canzone, 2 home run day. Fantastic. We get 13 hits. We do get charged with an error. Not a great play on my part. We've had some trouble on the left side of the infield. It's definitely been my input problems, less than the players. And I do like that with the way that we scored. We score in 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 6 of 9. We only put up 3 goose eggs. That's good. I like that. Just tack on a little bit more. Push that lead out. And we only gave up the 1. I gave the 1 run back. Canzone is your player of the game. 2 for 5 with 2 solo home runs. Rayleigh tacked on a solo home run, and Shenton tacked on a solo home run. Both of them on 1 for 4 days. Julio Rodriguez was 3 for 5. He knocked in a run. He did come around to score. I believe all of his hits were singles. Andrew Benintendi was 2 for 4 with a home run, and Brooks Baldwin 2 for 3. Lennon Sosa, 1 for 3 with a double. Austin Slater was 1 for 4. George Kirby gets your win, 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 9 strikeouts, no walks, 1 earned. Drew Thorpe gets the loss. 4 innings pitched to give up 5 hits. He struck out 5, no walks, 4 earned on his day. And Julio, he advanced to third on that 1 play with Raleigh. And that'll do it. That'll do it here for us today. We got 2 more games against the White Sox before we have to go play a miserable series in Houston. I cannot stand playing in Houston. I hate that ballpark. And to think that it had that stupid hill and was even worse at one point is just a little much for me. Let's rip that Headliners pack real quick. And then we will rip the Headliners pack that we get from this, because I always forget that that's there. Let's see what we get as we crack open a silver uniform. A bronze, and a silver. Ooh. Not what we are looking for. Brian Reynolds we have 2 of. But at least we get a Corey Lee. All right. Well, there you have it. Next game tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time. So be sure to tune in to see Logan Gilbert, 5-1 with a 2.11 ERA, taking on Jonathan Cannon, 2-5 with a 5.10 ERA as we get. As we will continue the series. Like I said, tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time here on the channel. Subscribe where the gameplay is. Ring the bell down below if you'd like to be notified. This playlist updates every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time with baseball. Up here is Blades of Fire demo. Would you like to see me angrier at a video game than I am during MLB The Show? Watch that. If you don't want to see that, watch something that I enjoy. Red Dead Redemption instead. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. We'll catch you tomorrow. Good sports. Go Mariners. Have a great rest of your night.